Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled. Take it. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rogers. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action. Now Rogers. That's Tunyon bringing in the quick throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on. Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Lewis. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Extra point by Maher, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick six.
He has it complete to Christian Watson.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones.
And this will be a Packers first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And Jones has it over the middle. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. Rodgers going to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. That's going to be caught downfield by Lazard. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one goes for 24 yards. Here's Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
2nd down and goal. Rodgers. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Play action now, Prescott. And that is incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw, Prescott. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. 88. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Now it's Rodgers. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Fourth down, Prescott. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. Thank goodness. That means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. A couple extra tight ends are in. 3rd and goal from the 1. On the sneak, Rodgers. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. Rodgers with a keeper, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Crosby connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now back to throw. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Quick throw here to Hilton. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now Prescott on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Prescott now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked on by Jair Alexander. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage. And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Hey, 626!
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He finds Watson complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down on a well-designed play there. That gets him 16 to move the chains.
Over here.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Rodgers. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
With his height, that's exactly where you want to put it for him. But even that throw was a little tall to connect for the touchdown.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Slot man moves right. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And this is going to be intercepted. Takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me we see that as a passive play.
And it'll be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And again, it's Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. This is caught, and it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers hitting Allen Lazard, and the Packers are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Here's Prescott. Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Taking it about the 1. The lane opens here. He's past the 30, the 40, 20, 10, and they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Cowboys. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 40, past the 20, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as head play backfires in a big way.
But there's some excitement, right? Go for 2, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly, and getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
Fair catch, made at the 25-yard line. The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
To throw is Rodgers. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. Got a man. It's Tunyon. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 10.
On play action, Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Run of the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Prescott to throw on 4th. Now he'll throw deep left side. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Rodgers now on 1st down. He'll go right back to Tunyon. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
And normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Prescott. Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Fourth down, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys will add to their 4th quarter lead. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. And up 2 scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball.
And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Crosby with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit. You tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, 31 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. They'll look to throw. That's caught. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Brings up 3rd down.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And some room to run now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. First down, Prescott.
That's caught again by Schultz. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Left side to Lamb.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18. From the red zone now, Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it.
And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And some room to work. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. A big man, get the oxygen tank ready.
Well, this was a very close ball.